Alright, we're near the entrance, and as you can see... No! Ted! No! Ted, no! Get up here. Don't need you to be that brave. Stay there. Hello and welcome to the realm of Midgard. I'm June Mountain, and this is Chapter 2, Episode 2 from our realm. Last episode we did a fair bit of clearing out and marking around here of where we sort of want our roads and houses to go in Foxwood. And between the episodes I have now cleared out and finished marking up on this map where all the trees are gone. I've still got to mark out where we want our roads and all that sort of section, but you can see how we've got our farm sort of extended up here just a little bit. Yeah, that's slowly coming along, and yeah, we're getting a pretty good sort of idea of what we're going to use our space for. But today, last episode we found a skelly spawner over that way while we were clearing out some trees, and we just sort of heard a bit of eerie noises from a cave and decided to look in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn that skelly spawner into a stray spawner because of all of this powdered snow. Again, I was going to say packed snow, it's powdered. We're going to use that to convert our skeletons into stray, and then we're going to get them all killed off with a trident killer so we can get ourselves slowness arrows as well as bones, which is going to be massively helpful. But the slowness arrows I'm going to use for a little project that I've got planned down the track. So let's head over to that spawner now and check out what we've got. Yes, I said you could come, Ted. Let's go. Alright, so now we are over here at the skeleton spawner. This totally isn't take two. I didn't go down there, figure everything wasn't lit up and got attacked. Not at all. So let's go down and check out our skeleton spawner. So, wrong way. We head down this little cave system. Down here's where the axolotl were, but it's too dark for you guys to see it when I look back on the video. It was a bit of a shame. Alright, so down here is where we have our skeleton spawner. I showed Mr. Pro Ranger this. He took our music discs, but left us the name tag, so Ted, you're going to get your name today. But as you can see, very standard box, and well, we're going to make a bigger box to sort of, well, do the standard sort of spawner setup, and then there's a little bit of an add-on that I've done in a creative redstone test world. So let's head over there now. I'll show you the plan, and while I'm doing this I will dig out a 4x4 around this whole spawner. As you can see there, we've got 4, because well, that's going to be a bit of a big box area that we need just as a standard thing. You'll see that in the redstone testing world. So while I set this up, I'll send you off over there. Alright, so here we are in my Midgard testing world. I've reset this one up because my last one had a simulation distance of 8 chunks rather than 4, so some of my redstone stuff wasn't quite meeting up. But as you can see over here, I have run a few tests. This was my first one. So as I sort of mentioned before leaving the realm, we need 4 blocks distance outwards. So we've got this big 9x9 box around the spawner, which allows mobs to spawn in. Now my first idea was to have the big open box and then this system here be underneath it, letting the skeletons fall down into this spot, go across, converting over, and any ones that didn't sort of had a chance down the line and before dropping off here. After testing this twice, I found that they were all converted by here. So then we ran down over to this section here, where if I grab oh, that's a fox, a skeleton spawn egg, we can see that if our skeletons go in, this is a distance of 6. So each block here is the powdered snow. As the skeleton goes through, it freezes, and by the time it completely freezes, it converts itself into a stray. So wait long, usually it takes until about block 6. There we go. And that just falls through, and I don't have anything covering up here, so he'll burn away from the sunlight, I'm pretty sure. But from that, I thought, well, that's perfect. We've got our distance here. So that's where this whole setup came along. We've got our very helpful and most used Trident Killer set up at the bottom. We have 7 blocks of the packed ice, so that when the skeletons fall down, they go from here and then they get all the way through, being each block here with their head stuck in the powdered ice before falling down. And to do that, we've just got a nice little 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th drop some down. Was it 6 blocks? I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so then that's the 6th block up there. And as they go down, more skeletons can keep spawning, and the process repeats. So if I break my way in here, we need, I forgot to mention, we need this block up here so no skeletons will spawn on the spawner and slow its rates. I mean, it's not going to be the fastest because we do have things pretty close together. But you can see down here, now I'm just using this tinted glass because in there everything's dark now, all the light's been blocked out, which I can just show you. I come through, see it's still a nice dark room except for this spot down here. This will be all of the sort of stone from the little cave that we carve out for it. So they go through and they'll fall down, as you can see, and then they'll be converted as they drift on down. You can already hear one's changed. A few more in, they'll fall down here. And then for the most noisiest contraption to kill them off. Now, during my tests, I did find that we get quite a few items, and my plan for setting up a storage system was to have 3 sections for bones, 3 sections for the slowness arrows, just 1 for the normal, 1 for just any random stuff in case you want to sort of enchant gear, and then the final slot would just be disposal, so we're going to burn it all off and what's not needed gets away. But let me turn off this clicker. Oh, see one guy going in. And they will perish. Now this is directly under our spawner, so everything is going to be nice and close, and as you can see, sort of, we're standing here and we're still getting skeletons spawning, so everything's working. You can tell by, if you just see the little flames on the spawner, as soon as they turn off, we are out of the range of this thing, so it will not spawn anymore. So as we step back in, it comes on, step out, it goes off. So what we're going to try and also do over on the realm is set up a little lighting system, just so that this thing's not constantly turned on. Oh, I don't have a light block on me. There we go. Just so that this thing doesn't always keep things spawning and set up a bit of a lag. So that's pretty well much for this farm. It's very simple. You just take the standard skeleton spawner, detour them down here to go through some powdered snow with their heads stuck in the block. They'll convert over into stray, and then we just set them off onto a trident killer, as they're doing for us right now. Alright, so let's pop back over on the realm and, well, get this thing built. See you over there. So I've dug out this box now. I've done a little bit of decorating with a bit of the cobblestone and the mossy cobblestone that was in the dungeon, you know, previously. Now I've also set up, so I spin around better angle, this little bit of a redstone light, so that way we can have it turn on and off when we want to use the farm. At the moment I've just got the redstone block on top of the lamp so that it just stays on while I'm working on this area. Eventually I'm going to hook up a circuit so that the piston will, you know, detract and attract to get the light on and off, which will be heading out this way, as I'm picturing this being our front. Therefore, this is going to be the section where our mobs go in here. I've got to place some ice along this pattern down here, so that way it's all leveled. I've moved it out so our first 5 blocks to here, and now we've got to head down and sort of prepare all that area, which I thought we would do together, just so you guys could sort of see how this whole thing's being built. Alright, so we've got to go down. If I look over at my reference picture, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got to go down 5. Let's do this safely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that's given us that. Then we go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go across 6 and 7 will be where our trident killer is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's put our last torch here, and I guess we can sort of get ready to put that area in to see it's going to be a drop. But now, let me cobblestone my way back up. Let me go and collect up the ice that I've got left over at... Ooh, I see you there. No, don't come down. Don't come down. No. Come on. Yeah, keep dancing. Good. Alright. Let me go get the ice that we need to set up these paths. Then I'll just sort of lay that down and bring you back in when we're up to laying the powdered snow and setting up the trident killer. And then hopefully we can give this a test run. Alright. Be back soon. We've now placed all of the ice and dug out a bit of a room down there, which I'll show in a minute. I've I ran out of the tinted glass, but that's sort of the idea that I want to be able to have a little look in here. This area is still marked as is because I want to be able to follow and find my way back to that piston so I can, you know, set it up to turn it on and off. But right now, I would like to just place in our first bits of water right before we go and well, set up the trident killer and get this thing almost completed. So we can see down there we've got water there. Go here, we go here, jump over and get another 2 buckets of water. What happened there? Alright, so we'll be able to see now that I'm still out of water. Let me grab this. There. Alright, so, oops, I've got some signs, so I'll have to get the signs placed here. And then to run off down into this room here, which I have cleared out for our trident killer. At the moment, though, it looks pretty cool with just the waterfall. I've set up over here all of the items we'll need for our trident killer. Then after this, our next circuit, which we'll be using to turn on and off the farm, and then just some spare stuff here. So let me quickly just make a few signs to stop this water, go get the packed snow so we can finish setting everything up, and then we'll be here and build up our trident killer. Alright, see you in, well, a sec for you guys. Alright, so I've managed to stop the water spill now, so let's head on up here. Just had to put a few signs here so we can stop this water when it comes down, so let's just get that all ready. Because I think it might be a bit of a pain to try and place it when we have all of this powdered snow. So I'm going to crouch. Let's go here, let's try and do them in lots of 4. So let's go, we want 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And then we can just nice and easily place them from back here now. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Break the torch. We need 4 more. And it looks pretty dark. Let's just chuck a torch there and there. Yeah. Alright. Now that we've got that set up, let's move these buckets out of our way. And let's start off with our trident killer. Our mobs are going to fall down and come down to about here. So we want them to fall I'm thinking 3, so that means we want our storage and everything, base of it, to be here. So we go like that. Let's build ourselves a little platform. Now this is just a rough room size, so I could have enough for storage, so we'll be all good with this. No, looking at it, I'm going to want to go down one more. Break that chest. Have I got an axe on me? I do. Let's speed this up. Alright, so now what we want is our hoppers just be all facing there. That is the bottom of our trident killer. Now, I'm thinking that it might prevent us from opening up this, so let's just, for safety, let's just go one more. So now we want a base all the way around this. Just use our cobblestone we've got here. And now this is the exact same design that I used over in the witch farm. It works really well for all of my needs. And yeah, so let's get to work. We'll need 4 hoppers, 4 droppers, and 4 observers. So we'll go 1 piston, 1 piston, 1 piston, 1 piston, in this sort of clockwise motion. Then we want our dropper there. We want our observer facing the we want it to be facing the piston, so let's see if we can get that in the right spot. There we go. One there. Again, we want this to be facing it, but we don't want to be too high. Just went to a block. Nope. Nope. So this is the most trickiest part of making this whole trident killer, is placing the blocks all right. Especially when you've got this elytra bug that keeps putting you into blocks. There we go. Go back there. There. Climb on back up. And then we'll repeat it again. So our droppers are all in the corners. All of our observers are facing the pistons. Like so. Like so. And this should be our design. Now, did I bring... I didn't, but I should be able to make a lever here just to start this whole thing off. Just crouch, click on there. And let's see. And there we go. So this is how we make our trident killer. One last thing to add, as well, a couple of tridents. So let's grab the glass out as well. Oh, already got some. Jump back up. I'll turn this off. Place a ring of glass just so I don't accidentally pick up the trident again. We'll just throw our tridents in. Now I'm just putting 2 in because it'll kill them off just a little bit quicker. This whole system will work with just 1 trident, but if you've got more, then it's just a better quickness of killing them. So we can test that everything's working here by just dropping in some glass. You'll see that gets all picked up. Oh, you want to place it there. Break that. Turn it off. And everything goes in. So, now we need to do, well, actually turn off the light in there and see if this works. So let me just quickly enclose this. We'll go up, we'll turn off the light, and hopefully our farm will start working. Alright, so for now my plan is to power this piston, unpower this piston, and there we go. Ooh, I've got to redo this. I've got to turn torches off. I've made a huge mistake. Power it again. There we go. Alright. Nope, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Just go down the hole. Yes, I know I messed up, Ted. Well, why? Don't lock onto me like this. Go. Fine. Okay. Let me fix this up and get rid of the torches. Take 2. We have skeletons spawning. Now if we quickly go down our very makeshift ladder. Oh, we're seeing our... Oh! Yes! Now we got our first stray from our batch. Let's pick up all of these blocks. We'll just get rid of that. Let's see. Will we see any more coming down? Oh, yes! Look at that perfectly. Right at the end. And I think we stand... Yeah, here. We get XP. Might even... That way, if I'm standing this way, they can kind of see me. So that they might be more inclined to stay down and get killed by the trident killer. We got another one in. Okay, this isn't working, so if I go down one more... There we go. That's a sweet spot. As you can see, the spawner's obviously still in reach because we keep getting more skeletons spawning in. Another 2. Okay, they don't seem to really want to go out straight away, so I might drop those signs down 1. Just so that they really get pushed in. But other than that, we have a very loud machine. And we are getting, yes, beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to now just quickly cut away, fix up those signs that we sort of saw up there that weren't quite working. And then I'm going to maybe, I think what we might do is meet up in the redstone world, and I'll explain what I'm thinking of to have all of this turn on and off. And I'll just show the basic slice of how I do my storage system. Then we'll come back in and we'll build up the on and off, and I'll just set up storage. Alright, I'll bring you back over at the redstone world. Alright, welcome back to the test world. 2 times 1 episode, not too bad, eh? But if we swing around here, this is the contraption that we are wanting to build. It's called a T flip-flop, and I have gotten this design from Rogue Fox. There's a really cool tutorial on his channel. It's just a little short, simple to build. I will tag that in the description. But as you can see, at the moment it's off. Flick the button, system's on, stays on, till we push the button again, like so. And this is just like really simple. It uses droppers, hoppers, comparator, some redstone dust, a few little other building blocks, and a button. And sort of to build this up, we've just got a dropper up, facing up, sorry, a hopper into that, and we want a dropper onto that, a comparator there. For the block, this block here will be getting our signal. I'm going to put redstone dust on top of this, a block on top of that for our button. And then if we click this on, oh, hang on, we've got to put in one random item, and there we go. We've got it on. We've got it off. So, taking this into consideration, let's head over now to where we've got our setup here. And as you can see, I've used that T flip-flop circuit here and ran it out from a repeater into this sort of redstone line to power on the trident killer and the light up above. So we've got a inverted signal here, so it's got the redstone torch powering the piston, but when we turn on the system, it'll turn off to bring back the piston so it's not lit. And down here we've got it set up so that when we turn on, our trident killer will turn on with a little delay. The light has come up. That little delay was so that we got a small extra little bit of time after the light goes back on to kill off any sort of skeletons or stray that might be still in the system. So we can just click it, turn it off, and that is going to be how we will sort of set up now the final touches of our spawner. Now if we spin over here, I did mention that I'll show you how I sort of do one sort of slither of my sort of storage systems. I think this is like from an Impulse SV storage style thing. I think that's where I originally saw it from a few years ago. But we've got our hopper up here, which has the item we want filtered in, plus some filler blocks, just demonstration there. Then we have a comparator that reads that signal and sends it on out with 3 redstone dust, 2 across then 1 down, into a repeater which faces into this block with the redstone torch. That way, if the item comes in that we want, it unpowers that, lets the item come through, and nothing else can get in there. So this is what I'm going to build up very repetitively for our storage for the skeleton spawner, so I probably won't show you that being built today, but I'll just get that done off camera, but that way you sort of know the redstone behind it. So now let's head back over onto the realm and build up our on-off switch. It's going to be so cool when this is finished. Alright, see you over there. Alright, so we are now back on the realm, ready to sort of set up this on-off switch here. I've marked out already where our redstone torch tower is going to be to lead up and hit off that redstone up at the top there. So now we just sort of need to work out where we want to put our button. And I am thinking of raising this up 1 level. So I think I might want the button to be placed here. So we, just for the purposes of getting this ready, around, so the button is there. Which means if we break this out, so we've got some space to do a bit of work, we get our trusty wool to mark out where redstone stuff is. So we put behind here, switch over, grab out a piece of redstone. You'll see that that dust comes on, activating what we need. So now if we just go backwards and work up what we want, so we got to go down here. I believe it's this block here where our first dispenser will be placed, and let's just go ahead and put in 1 dirt block. We're going to want to also put in a hopper just here, like so, with a comparator. Where is my comparator? It's just here, just out of it like that. Then we want our here, here, like so. Now we need the wool to mark as our block, and did I not grab, I didn't grab any of the lamps, so let's just sort of see if this will work. So we push our button. Ooh, it hasn't. I think we might need to build this up 1 higher. Let's try that. Let me just break this down, and let's build it up 1 higher. Dust there. I think it's going to tell us that our button has to be here. Okay, that's on, and now it's off. Alright. I could just bring it up again a little bit higher, but nah, not doing it. Alright, let's grab the round block we had there. So this is this circuit all set up and ready. Now we want, break this line here down. We need to grab a repeater out here. Also need to make a bit more headroom. So I'm going to repeat it out into dust, which I'm going to want to move along here. I need a moment to think this through, and I'll bring it back in and show you what I end up with. Alright, see you in a moment. Alright, so yeah, no, I had a complete brain fart then on camera. So I fix it up by having the repeater bring the signal out into this block, bring another repeater into this block, then started my redstone torch tower, heading all the way up to the top there, and feeding off of that line up to here, feeding in, we'll make our way through, straight up into there. So let's quickly just demonstrate right now that the Trident Killer is turned off. If we head up, our light should be activated. It is. If we head over here, you can see my very technical tower down. So there it is. And just sort of putting that there just so I can see that. Oh yeah, that's where my entrance is. So let's now get out of here, you. Let's head down. I've got to fix these stairs, ladders. And as you can see by, there's no lights on there. Everything's off. Now if we switch it on, Trident Killer's on. The signal has all changed, so we're all powering up this, sending up, changing it all through there. And we quickly run up, we'll see that the spawner is now active because we've turned off our light. Perfect! Like, that just worked like a complete treat for me. Yeah, so what I think now I might do is I might go and decorate this area a little bit. As you can see, I've got some white wool here. So, as we know, we've used white wool for our paths all out of here. So I was thinking if we sort of take it in, our pathway leading down here, bit down and around, and it sort of leads us up to this section here. We've got a bit of space here where Ted's been hanging out, and then we sort of just make our way down. I'm going to set up a bowl elevator because it's just the easiest way. I'm also going to bring this ground level up one and sort of close this all off a bit. So let me quickly get those final details all finished up, and then when I bring you back we can see the final product all nice and finished, and yeah, we can then finish off the episode. So I'll see you in a little bit. So I got a little bit busy last night and decided to stay up a little bit late, and well, I finished up the decoration for the stray farm and also the storage system. That's all now complete. So let me spin around and show you how I've changed up this little bit of a cave hole that we had before. So I've now made in a little path, decorated it all up. I really like the roots now, they're sort of hanging from the dirt, and that looks like things are growing through. I've added in some cobwebs, made use of the dark oak fences, because I thought that sort of blends really nice in with some spruce and that sort of atmosphere. We've got some of the dripstone and the pointed dripstone, some amethyst crystal blocks, which when we get a little bit closer you're going to see some dirt which really looks like it shouldn't be there. It's because I ran out of the shards to make the tinted glass, but we'll see that when we get down there. So we go through, we've got some lanterns on chains and a bit more bushes to sort of make this look really sort of overgrown. A few days ago the update came out. We have candles now, so I've placed in a few candles to sort of just decorate around. Yeah, and then we've got some little just sort of spare storage around the place for a few of the items we've got. And I was sort of thinking that once we sort of start to get some villagers in here, what I really want to get done is sort of this wall here, place in a Fletcher villager so that we can use these arrows and get some better arrows to sort of trade up with and use for later on. We've got some more pointed dripstone, some of the mossy sort of blocks around, the mossy carpets. I sort of really like how this just looks like a nice little overgrown cave. Now here's the dirt blocks that I was saying. I sort of ran out of the tinted glass, but you can see over there it's all turned off, ready to sort of be in station. A few more decoration blocks all the way around. I'm just really happy with this sort of cave. We've got Ted over here. And now we've got our way down. If we push this button, we will come down to where our trident killer is. And now this room's sort of standard, a bit more plain compared to the sort of cave that I've sort of terraformed up there. But, you know, this is still all working. I've added one little thing here, which I found that if there was too many armored guys, and I'd turn this off, the trident killer didn't quite kill them off in time. So this is just a little safe fail. So if I turn this on briefly, we've got the light on there, it means it's all on up there. We'll see some guys coming through, but let's say, okay, we want to go away now. Just turn that off, turn this off, because there is a repeater being powered into this repeater. It's stopping the signal from going through, so this lets it keep running on, and then when we're done, we just flick that off, gets powered again, and turns the whole thing off. We've got a very basic sort of storage system here, like I said, for 3 for bones, we've got the 1 for the standard arrows, we've got 3 for our slowness arrows. Over there, they're slowly coming in, and then we've just got a huge junk pile. Now, much like the storage system over in the industrial area, this has a water channel just running across, except at the end here, in case we get too much overfill, I've just placed a cactus, so all items will just fall into the cactus and be destroyed. Because, let's face it, I don't really want too many armor and bows coming from these guys. I want mainly the bones and the slowness arrows. And also, as you can see, when we started this, I was on level 27. I've done a little bit of AFK while editing, and yeah, up to 53, mended my tools many a times, and I'm just really happy with how this whole farm has come up. It's quite simple, as we sort of saw. It's just the standard sort of skeleton spawner setup with a little detour just to freeze them over in the powdered snow, get them into the stray. And as you can see by these two there, they're not happy with me, but we get what we want. Alright, so it's almost time to wrap up this episode. We've just got one thing left to do, don't we, Ted? That's right. We've got to give you your name. There we go. And dye your colour orange for Foxwood. So, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed watching the whole process of building up the spawner, going over into my testing world to see how some things work. And yeah, so thank you, and until next time,